seems like the audio is good. Thank you for that. So I'll introduce myself first. My name is Mark. I will be your coach for the coming time. Also slightly entertaining or entertaining, I should say. I will be helping with your programming to reach the goal. The objective of this program is to run a 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, or 20 kilometer race. So normally, this is something that I understand Wing likes to do as a company, to go to Siem Reap and actually run the marathon. Now, of course, these days it's very difficult, and I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this year it's canceled as well. But we decided, why not do it anyway? And we just do a virtual run. And as you signed up, you are already aware that this is going to be a very different and a very special run. You can run on outside on a treadmill by yourself, and we will help you. We will coach you on the way there. We have about 10 weeks until the actual race, and we'll have different levels of runners here in the group. So as we saw, some are new and they might go for a 5 kilometer race. There might also be some more experienced runners that might want to do the 10 or the 20. I will make sure that there is a clear program so that you know how much you need to run, how many times you need to run, etc. Aside of that, I will also do weekly sessions, just like the one that we're having now. And we might be talking about a range of different subjects. So we might be talking about stretching, we might be talking about diet, or how to prevent or treat injuries if you come across those. Now, let me see, just go back to the Zoom meeting for a moment. After my introduction, I would like to know a little bit more about the runners. So I'm going to be sharing a poll. Before I do that, can you please give me a thumbs up so I know that everybody is able to follow and hear me clearly? All right, thank you. Seeing some thumbs up in the chat already. A yes in the chat would also be good. I'm going to launch the poll. Now, on your screen, you should be able to see a couple of questions. What kind of distance are you going to run? Will you be running alone or with somebody else? Is this your first time running? And will you be running outside or on a treadmill? Let's take a moment to take a look at that and click the answers. It will be good for me to have a bit of an idea of who you are. So some interesting numbers already. So quite even between the 5 and 10 kilometers, 45 and 40. 40% is running alone, 25 is running with a buddy, and there's a big percentage, 35, that doesn't really know yet. So if you are new to running, I would advise you to find somebody to run with. I think it's very helpful, not just in terms of accountability, so having somebody that keeps you motivated, and it's just nice to be on a run together. So definitely recommend it. See, something happened here with the checklist. So I'm not sure what happened, but it seemed like the poll just restarted. Did that only happen to me, or did that happen to everybody just now? Can you let me know in the chat if you did the poll with a yes? Okay, we're going to move up to the next part. Let's see what happened with I'm not sure what happened there with the poll, but thank you for filling it in. Okay, I'll have a little bit more of a question down the line. For example, what are your goals? Also, of course, an important part, because I know that everybody here wants to finish the race, but there might be some additional goals that you might be having. So I have some questions for you here. So let's see if this time the percentages stay where they are. A simple question here. What are your goals for joining this race? Of course, you want to just complete the race, but maybe there's some other things as well. Get healthier, lose weight, a better overall quality of life, managing stress. Like the reasons for running, of course, and the benefits of running are quite large and can be quite wide. So interesting to see what your reason is for joining. So here we see general health and wellness, pretty high. Weight loss is a close second. Quality of life. Some are running for performance. Maybe they're trying to beat a certain time, or maybe they've ran before and trying to beat their previous time. Social aspect, especially for those, if you feel like running is a social aspect as well, try to buddy up if you did not do that yet. Mental health, great way to feel better, have benefits on your mood, stress management, of course, as well. Those are very good answers. So as I mentioned before, I'll be giving you a program, and aside of that, we'll do weekly sessions like this. And during those sessions, I will also be talking about certain topics, training related topics. Now, what I would like to know from you is, what would you like to learn more about? For example, it could be strength training for the legs, balance, also very important during running. Maybe you want to know more about stretching. Should you do it? When should you do it? And which time, before or after or both? Do you want to know more about recovery, sleep, diet? Take a minute for this poll, and then we'll move on, and I will show you the actual training program for the coming week. So stress management is ranking high in 48%. Strength training and heart and lungs are closely second. And then we're followed by balance training, nutrition, and then stretching and recovery. Since we have 8 or 9 weeks from now, there's a pretty good amount of work that we can, or topics that we can discuss. So I'll definitely keep this in mind. Thank you for participating in the poll. Okay, so after this, I'll be sharing the actual homework or recommended amount for the coming week in terms of training. But I would also like to mention that I highly recommend to download the app called Strava. There's a couple of different apps that you can use. After testing a couple and asking clients of mine that are runners, most of them recommend Strava. So I made an account. On the left, you can see that there's also a certain group that you can be a member of. The fun thing about this is it will keep track of all the kilometers that we do together. So if you download Strava, feel free to add me, and I will put you into this group. I will be using this to plan routes for you to run. You don't have to run these exact suggestions, but they are a handy way for you to get some inspiration, so to speak. So download the app called Strava. I will link into the Telegram group later on. So your actual homework for the coming week, as I mentioned, there are different types of runners. We have people that do the 5K, we have people that do the 10K, and we have some that do the 20K. For everybody, of course, the goals are different. So what you will see here is for week 1, the total distance for every group is different. For the 5K runners, the total amount is 3 kilometers this week. For the 10K runners, total distance is 5 kilometers this week. And for the 20K runners, total distance is 10 kilometers this week. It is recommended that you run 3 times, and that goes for all the different groups. Of course, the distance will be different. Let's say, for example, the 5K runners We will run on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and all of the runs are 1 kilometer total. For the 5Ks, it's 2, 2, and 1. And for the 20K, it is 3, 3, and 4. And this will, of course, increase throughout the weeks. Before we go to the Q&A part, where if you have any questions about the approach, just wanted to give you a couple of quick tips. First of all, make sure that you listen to your body. The first 2 weeks, extremely important. Make sure you don't overdo anything. If you feel stiffness or pain or tightness, or you don't feel good, listen to your body first. Second point, consider investing in good shoes. I don't have new shoes myself. I have some shoes that I've been running on for a long time. So I might need to change pair, which is one of the topics that I'll be talking about later. So you might want to consider getting some good shoes. Download the app and track your runs and share with us as well. Number 4, consistency over intensity, meaning try to be consistent in your approach rather than to go extra hard. So if you need a certain amount of kilometers in the week, try to spread it evenly over the week instead of doing everything in one go. Start drinking more water, or if you are not sure if you are drinking enough water, make sure you start keeping an eye on it. And then last but not least, cut out the bad stuff. And most people know what the bad stuff is. You might be eating too many sugary foods, processed foods, drinking too much alcohol. Try to cut those things out of your life as much as possible, and you'll see that the running becomes so much easier. Now, question, are you ready to run? If you are, make sure you join the Telegram group if you're not in it yet. Announce in the group, what is your distance? What are you going to run? Download the app that we discussed before. If you need to, find yourself a running buddy. Then make sure you share a starting photo with the hashtag runningwithwing, and then share us your first run with a screenshot so that we know that you understand how to use the app as well. Okay, so time to do a little bit of a group picture so that we can get this going officially. So if you need to get your hair done right, if you need to get your shoes, feel free to do so. I have my shoes right here. This will be my, oh, cannot see. This will be my my starting picture. If you're in the office, it might be a little bit difficult to get your shoes, but let's make a quick group photo. So if you can turn your video on for a moment, we can get the run going officially. I know that if you're working from the office, it might not be easy to get your shoes ready. So any freestyle is also allowed. I'll leave it all up to you. Let's see, get a screen here. All right, seeing some faces. As we wait for people to turn on the camera, I just wanted to say after the group photo, we'll have a quick moment to ask some questions. So I try to explain as clearly as possible, but of course, oh, I see some nice shoes there. But of course, there might be some things that you're not sure. Feel free to ask questions or let me know what you would like to know more about, and then I'll keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that if things come up later on, feel free to ask in the Telegram group or let me know ahead of the next session so I can keep that in mind. Okay, so we see a decent amount of people here in the group. So let's see, how do I make a photo? Should have thought about that before. Huh? Okay, so here we go. I would say get ready for the photo, and 3, 2, 1, ready to go. Yes. Oh, those are good shoes. I see somebody already ready to go. Okay, by the way, before I forget to mention, these videos these sessions are recorded. So if you miss it, I will send it later on in the Telegram group. Or if you know that one of your colleagues, for example, wasn't able to join, but they still want to get this information, we will send it through later on. Okay, so that is the end of my presentation today. Feel free to unmute. If you have any questions, please let me know. We'll take a couple of minutes for Q&A. And if not, and you need to go and it's time to go into the weekend, also completely fine. Are there any questions?
About the Strava group, I'm new to Strava, how to find that Run with Wing, and I think a lot of people will start going this one.
Okay, so what I can do is I can send a link to the app in the Telegram group. So you can just click the app. If I am correct, Strava is on iPhone and on Android, so it shouldn't be difficult to find. It's quite user-friendly as well. So I'll drop the link in the Telegram group, and if there are any issues, then we'll make sure that we can assist.
Excuse me, Mark, but you talk about Telegram group, but I don't know that group. How do I get into that group?
That's a good question. So the way I understand, after you register, I think you should have gotten a link to the Telegram chat. Who is the contact person that you signed up with? Maybe you can ask him or her and see if they can add you into the group.
Okay, I'll talk to HR.
Okay, because I believe Sidani will be able to help you out. Okay, so there's already a link. Okay, thank you. So easily solved. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bong.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? So if there, we'll wait for like, let's say 2 minutes or so more. If there are questions, please raise your hand into the chat so I can see who is there to maybe has a question and I didn't answer yet. What I will also mention is after this meeting, I will send some handouts into the Telegram group with the important information there. Yeah, so I see a question, Mr. Leon.
Yeah. I'm regarding to our running. Do you set the pace for this running 2 kilo, 3 kilo, or 5 kilo?
No, I will not set the pace. So if you want to run pace oriented, of course, feel free to do so. But the main goal would be distance, not necessarily speed. Later on, we will do some speed work as well. But for the moment, no.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Can take it easy. No need to rush. Unless if you want to. So the important information like the mileage, etc., will be in the Telegram group later on. So yeah, about the timing, there's no need to time for now.
Sorry, Matt. I have one more question regarding to your after we run, we do a screenshot. So where we can post that one in Telegram group or in the Strava app?
For now, Telegram group. The joining the group on Strava is optional. I think the more people are in the Strava group, the better. But it's not necessary to participate in the run. The group is there for if you want to join, but it's not a mandatory group. At the meantime, I'm just taking a look here at the screen. So I don't see any raised hands anymore. So I'll ask one more time the last round. And otherwise, I assume that everybody's set so far. What I will start doing is remind everybody either today or tomorrow about the coming week homework. And then it is officially time to get started. Okay, I don't see any raised hands. So I think, yeah, we got that done pretty quickly, 25 minutes. Thank you all for joining today's session. And I believe this is the first time. Oh, I see 2 more questions. Yes.
No, it's not a question mark, but just wish you to drop the Strava link right away because some people is going to run, so they can join the club.
Okay. Okay. I'll get on it. Okay. So other than that, thank you all for joining. And yeah, it's a pretty special event. I think this is the first time we're doing a virtual run like this. So I'm very happy to see such a big amount of people coming in. Thank you for your time. And I'm excited to get this going. So have a great weekend, and we'll be talking next week then. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.